はい、こんにちは。英語の達人養成ジム師範代Shinyaです。今日はですね、ちょっと新しい企画を、コーチさやの方からね提案いただきまして、撮っています。はい、どういう企画かというとですね、師範代Shinyaと一緒に英語トレーニングしちゃおうっていうね、そういう企画ですね。はい、最近ですね、結構その外出禁止令とかが出て家にいる時間が多くなってる反面モチベーションが下がっちゃってる方が結構多いっていうね、報告をさやからいただきまして、でですね、一緒にみんなで勉強してるとやる気が出るっていうのはあると思うので、僕が今普段やってる英語トレーニングをもうノーカットで今から動画で撮って、でそれをですね映すことでですね、一緒に英語トレーニングをしている感覚になっていただけたらなというね、そういうコンセプトで今回やってみようかなと思っています。はい、なので普段毎日僕がやっている30分の音読トレーニングを今からですね、もうフルにノーカットでお見せしたいと思います。で、あなたの方はすでにもう今普段やっているトレーニングをそのまま一緒にやっていただいて OK ですし、あるいはですね、僕がやってるのを観察して、でそこでモチベーションが上がってからまたやるでもね、どっちでも大丈夫ですのでね、自由に活用してみてください。じゃあですね、こちらをご覧ください。で以前もね、僕これ似たようなコンセプトでね、僕がやってる姿を動画で撮るっていうのを1本上げてるんですけど、結構それ反響あって、で今回はね、その最新版というような感じですね。今僕は、この iPad1 台で済ませてる感じです。でこっち側にですね YouTube の動画を今映してますよね。僕今ちなみにね YouTube 使ってやってます。で、こっち側にメモ帳ですね、台本としてこのメモ帳を使っているという感じです。でこの YouTuber、僕が好きな YouTuber のね、これね Think Media っていうねガジェット系のレビューの YouTuber の方のショーンさんっていう方がいるんですけども、このショーンさんはですねラスベガス在住で発音がねすごい綺麗で、しかもイケメンなんですよね。なんで僕の中ですごいね真似したい人ナンバー1です今、ネイティブの中では。なので、ショーンさんの喋り方とかね、すごく滑舌もいいんですよ。ショーンさん情熱的に滑舌よく喋る英語を身につけたいなと思って、このショーンさんをモデルにして今ねシャドーイングをしているという感じです。なので英語教材ではないので、かなりリアルで生な英語が出てくるっていうのと、あとはね専門用語が多いんですよね。このガジェット系レビューで、しかもこの方はカメラが専門なので、僕今ね YouTube 撮るようになってからすごくカメラに興味持ってカメラをたくさん買ってるんですけども、その自分の興味があるジャンルの動画という感じです。でちなみにこの今僕が使っているちょうどやってる動画はですね、キヤノンのカメラですね、日本製のキヤノンの G7X M2 と3っていうね2つの2機種を比べてやってるっていうね、そういうレビューなんですね。でちなみに僕ここのショーンさんの手元にある2つのカメラ2つとも持ってるんですよ。これ3の方なんですけども2の方も持ってて、なんで、すごく自分に興味があって関心があって、でしかも持って使ってるので言ってる内容が分かるんですよね、すごく。だから感情移入しながら音読ができるっていうのがね、僕にとってこの題材を選ぶ最大の理由です。のでね、ちょっとテキストイングリッシュに比べると難しい部分はあるんですが、その分感情移入しやすいという点で僕は今これがねお気に入りです。ということで今からですね30分実際ねこれで測ってやっていきたいと思います。これねタイマーもここに全部入ってるので、この30分をですねいつものように開始してですね、でシャドーイング音読、この朝の30分は基本的にねシャドーイングと音読だけです。これをね交互に繰り返していく感じです。で慣れてないシャドーイングに関してはもうテキスト見ながらやってますね。ではちなみにこの台本なんですが、これは自分で打ってます。この下に字幕を出してこういう感じで。で最初の頃はですねこの声を読み取らせる能力があるんですけど、この iPad ってね、音声入力機能を使ってスマホでこうね音を出して、でそれを読み込ませてたんですが、残念ながらですねこれすごい専門用語が多いんですよ。なので正しく読み取ってくれないんですよね。で後から直すのが大変なので、もう今はめんどくさいんで、もうここに出てきたやつをそのままバーって打ち込んでる感じです。で慣れないうちはテキストを見ながらのシャドーイング、慣れてきたら見ないシャドーイングプラス普通の音読を交互に繰り返して、で終わったらここにね、やった回数をここに記録していくという感じですね。このとこねこんな感じです。正の字で書いてます。 ちょっと今僕慣れた、これもう30回やってますんで、慣れた英文と、慣れてない、まだ、6回ぐらいしかやってない英文と、2つをやっていこうかなと思ってます。で、時間余ったらまたちょっと新しい例文もちょっとタイピングしてたりとかしようかなと思ってるんで、どこまで30分でできるかわかんないですけども、いつも本当にやってるそのままを今からお見せしていきたいと思いますんでね、よかったら一緒にやっていきましょう。はい、じゃあ30分いきますよ。Ready, go!
With all that said, the Mark III still has some great new features we definitely need to talk about, and still a very powerful new camera, especially with some autofocus workarounds. So let's get into the new features of the Mark III. The first is the inclusion of the microphone input. Now, along with the Super Ultra 107, those are the only two-point and shoot cameras on the market right now that I know of that actually have the ability to hook up an external mic. This is an amazing feature, and the audio is incredible. Not only the camera marker mic, but now you can use a lavalier mic or a shotgun mic and take your audio to the next level, not just for vlogging, but more so for sit-down YouTube style videos. The Mark III also comes in weighing 14 grams less than the Mark II. They're still very similar and it's also noticeable, but they did find a way to make this camera a little more efficient even with the new features, which is pretty cool. Also, the Mark III now has a new sensor, which is a 20.1 CMOS stacked sensor. It's actually the Sony sensor that I believe from the RX103. That means that the image quality coming out of this camera when it's in focus is superior to Mark III. You can tell it's a very rich image in 1080. You've got great colors and overall it will performance better in photography. You can push the shadows more when taking photos. It's amazing sensor. All the picture quality comes out of camera is something that is stellar. With all that said, the Mark III still has some new features that we definitely need to talk about, and it's still a very powerful camera, especially with some autofocus workaround. So let's get into the new features of the Mark III. The first is the inclusion of a microphone input. Now, along with the Sony RX107, those are the only two point-and-shoot cameras on the market right now that I know of that actually have the ability to hook up an external mic. This is an amazing feature, and the audio is incredible. Not only is the on-camera mic great, but now you can use a lavalier mic or shotgun mic and take your audio to the next level, not just for vlogging, but more so for sit-down YouTube-style videos. The Mark III also comes in weighing 14 grams less than the Mark II. They're still very similar, and it's almost unnoticeable. But they did find a way to make this camera a little more efficient even with the new features, which is pretty cool. Also, the Mark III now has a new sensor. It's a 21-point CMOS stacked sensor. That's actually the Sony sensor, I believe, from the RX103. That means that the image quality coming out of this camera when it's in focus is superior to Mark II, and you can tell. It's a very rich image in 1080. You've got great color, and overall it also performs better in photography. You can push the shadows more when taking photos. It's an amazing sensor, and the overall picture quality that comes out of this camera is something that is stellar. Also, a very good elite now is that the autofocus between you can nail focus and take. With all that said,
the Mark III still has some new features that we definitely need to talk about, and it's still a very powerful camera, especially with some autofocus workaround. So let's get into the new features of the Mark III. The first is the inclusion of a microphone input. Now, along with the Sony RX707, they are the only two point-and-shoot cameras on the market right now that I know of that actually have the ability to hook up an external mic. This is an amazing feature, and the audio is incredible. Not only the camera mic great, but now you can use a lavalier mic or shotgun mic and take your audio to the next level, not just for vlogging, but more so for sit-down YouTube-style videos. The Mark III also comes in weighing 14 grams less than the Mark II. They're still very similar and it's almost unnoticeable, but they did find a way to make this camera a little more efficient, even with the new features, which is pretty cool. Also, the Mark III now has a new sensor. It's a 20.1 CMOS stacked sensor. That's actually the Sony sensor, I believe, from the RX103.
3. That means that the image quality coming out of this camera when it's in focus is superior to Mark II. When you can tell, it's a very rich image in 1080, you've got great color, and overall it also performs better in photography. You can push the shadows more when taking photos. It's an amazing sensor. The overall picture quality that comes out of this camera is something that is stellar.
Plus, they've also
With all that said, the Mark III still has some new features that we definitely need to talk about, and it's still a very powerful camera, especially with some autofocus workaround. So let's get into the new features of the Mark III. The first is the inclusion of a microphone input. Now, along with the Sony RX107, those are the only two point-and-shoot cameras on the market right now that I know of that actually have the ability to hook up an external mic. This is an amazing feature, and the audio is incredible. Not only is the on-camera mic great, but now you can use a lavalier mic or shotgun mic and take your audio to the next level, not just for vlogging, but more so for sit-down YouTube-style videos. The Mark III also comes in weighing 14 grams less than the Mark II. They're still very similar and it's almost unnoticeable, but they did find a way to make this camera a little more efficient, even with the new features, which is pretty cool. Also, the Mark III now has a new sensor. It's a 20.1 CMOS stacked sensor. That's actually the Sony sensor, I believe, from the RX103. That means that the image quality coming out of this camera when it's in focus is superior to the Mark II, and you can tell. It's a very rich image in 1080, you've got great color, and overall it also performs better in photography. You can push the shadows more when taking photos. It's an amazing sensor, and the overall picture quality that comes out of this camera is something that is stellar.
Sony RX100 set, a very powerful camera to take advantage of all of these features. Stick around because they're really cool and there are some great workarounds.
With all that said, the Mark III still has some great new features that definitely need to talk about, and it's still a very powerful camera, especially with some autofocus workarounds. So let's get into the new features of the Mark III. The first is the inclusion of a microphone input. Now, along with the Sony RX107, those are the only two point-and-shoot cameras on the market right now that I know of that actually have the ability to hook up an external mic. This is an amazing feature, and the audio is incredible. Not only the on-camera mic great, now you can use a lavalier mic or shotgun mic and take your audio to the next level. And not just for vlogging, but more so for sit-down YouTube-style videos. The Mark III also comes in weighing 14 grams less than the Mark III too. They're still very similar and it's almost non-noticeable, but they did find a way to make this camera a little more efficient even with the new features, which is pretty cool. Also, the Mark III now has a new sensor. It's a 20.1 CMOS stacked sensor. That's actually the Sony stacked sensor, I believe, from the RX103. That means that the image quality coming out of this camera when it's in focus is superior to Mark III. You can tell. It's a very rich image in 1080. You've got great color, and overall, it also performs better in photography. You can push the shadows more when taking photos. It's an amazing sensor. The overall picture quality is something that is stellar.
Plus, they've also upgraded the processor. You can push the shadows more when taking photos, making the sensor. That overall picture quality that comes out of this camera is something that is stellar. Plus,
they've also upgraded the processor. It's now the Digic 8 processor, which means that the camera is blazing fast. I think that processor is also how they support slow motion in 4K, but all the menu operations is super fast. The fact that you can take multiple photos and then over on the camera quickly, the camera turns on and off fast. The faster processor is very noticeable in overall camera experience, which also brings us to photography. I think when these cameras go head-to-head, the clear winner in photography is the Mark III. I don't see any photo focus issues when it comes to shooting photos. Recently, my wife and I went out to shoot our Christmas cards with this camera, and we were pumped with the results. We were just Hannah and I just on iPod, using a timer, using the app, and using control to just fire off the camera camera remote, and it is absolutely incredible. Burst mode supports like 20 frames a second in RAW. That's a way to go like 30 frames a second if you do some kind of combo mode. Compare that to 8 frames a second in the Mark II, and you can see that it is a clear winner when it comes to photography. So I would say, if you want to walk around, pinpoint shoot camera and photos were your priority, when the Mark III absolutely knocks it out of the park.
Now when it comes to HD,
plus, they've also upgraded the processor. It's now the Digic 8 processor, which means that the camera is blazing fast. I think the processor is also how they support slow motion in 4K. But all of the menu operation is super fast. The fact that you can take multiple photos and they buffer and the camera recovers quickly, the camera turns on and off fast, and faster processor is very noticeable in the overall camera experience, which also brings us to photography. I think that when these cameras go head-to-head, the clear winner in photography is the Mark III. I don't see any autofocus issues when it comes to shooting photos. Recently, my wife and I went out to shoot our Christmas cards with this camera, and we were pumped with the results. It was just her and I and a tripod, using a timer, using the app, and using control to just fire off the camera remote, and it is absolutely incredible. Burst mode supports like 20 frames a second in RAW. There's a way to do like 30 frames a second if you do some kind of a combo mode. Compare that to 8 frames a second in the Mark II, and you can see that it is the clear winner when it comes to photography. So I would say that if you want to walk around, point and shoot camera, and the photos were your priority, then the Mark III absolutely knocks it out of the park. Plus, they've also upgraded the processor.
video on a remote and cards with this camera, master processor, but also upgraded the processor. You can push the shadows more when taking photos. It's an amazing sensor. The overall picture quality that comes out of the camera is something that is stellar. Plus, they've also upgraded the processor.
It's now the Digic 8 processor, which means that the camera is blazing fast. I think that processor is also have the support motion 4K, but all of the menu operations is super fast. The fact that you can take multiple photos and therefore the camera captures so quickly, the camera turns on and off fast. The faster processor is very noticeable in the overall camera experience, which also brings us to photography. I think that when these cameras go head-to-head, the clear winner in photography is the Mark III. I don't see any autofocus issues when it comes to shooting photos. Recently, my wife and I went out to shoot our Christmas cards with this camera, and we were pumped with the results. We're just her and I on a tripod, using a timer and using app and using control that just fire off the camera remote, and it is absolutely incredible. Burst mode supports like 20 frames a second in RAW. There's a way to do like 30 frames a second if you do some kind of a combo mode. Compare that to 8 frames a second in Mark II, and you can see that this is a clear winner when it comes to photography. So I would say that if you want to walk around, point and shoot camera and photos were your priority, then the Mark III absolutely knocks it out of the park.
Now when it comes to
Plus, they've also upgraded the processor. It's now the Digic 8 processor, which means that the camera is blazing fast. I think that processor is also how they support slow motion in 4K. But all of the menu operation is super fast. The fact that you can take multiple photos and they buffer and the camera recovers quickly, the camera turns on and off fast, and faster processor is very noticeable in the overall camera experience, which also brings us to photography. I think that when these cameras go head-to-head, the clear winner in photography is the Mark III. I don't see any autofocus issues when it comes to shooting photos. Recently, my wife and I went out to shoot our Christmas cards with this camera, and we were pumped with the results. It was just her and I and a tripod, using a timer, using the app, and using control to just fire off the camera remote, and it is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Burst mode photos like 20 frames a second in RAW. There's a way to do like 30 frames a second if you do some kind of a combo mode. If you do some kind of a combo mode.
The 8 on point and shoot camera and photos, combo mode, remote, and it is absolutely incredible. Burst mode supports like 20 frames a second in RAW. There's a way to do like 30 frames a second if you do some kind of a combo mode.
If you do some kind of some kind of combo mode, if you do 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 some kind of combo mode, compare that to 8 frames a second in the Mark II, and you can see that it is the clear winner when it comes to photography. So I would say that if you want to walk around, point and shoot camera, and photos were your priority, then the Mark III absolutely knocks it out of the park.
Compare you can push superior to the stacked, but they did find a way superior to the Mark II, and you can tell it's a very rich image quality that comes out of the camera is something that is stellar.
Plus, they've also upgraded the processor. It's now the Digic 8 processor, which means that the camera is blazing fast. I think that the processor is also how they support slow motion in 4K, but all of the menu operations is super fast. The fact that you can take multiple photos and they buffer and the camera recovers quickly, the camera turns on and off fast. The faster processor is very noticeable in the overall camera experience, which also brings us to photography. I think that when these cameras do got ahead, the clear winner in photography is the Mark III. I don't see any autofocus issues when it comes to shooting photos. Recently, my wife and I went out to shoot our Christmas cards with the Swift camera, and we were pumped with the results. It was just her and I on a tripod, using a timer, using the app, and using control to just fire off the camera remote, and it is absolutely incredible. Burst mode photos like 20 seconds and RAW. There's a way to do like 30 frames a second if you do some kind of a combo mode. Compare that to 8 frames a second in the Mark II, you can see that it's a clear winner when it comes to photography. So I would say if you still want to walk around, point and shoot camera, and the photos were your priority, then the Mark III absolutely knocks it out of the park.
Now when it comes to HD,
plus, they've also upgraded a processor. It's now the Digic 8 processor, which means that the camera is blazing fast. I think that processor is also how they support slow motion in 4K, but all of the menu operations is super fast. The fact that you can take multiple photos and they buffer and the camera recovers quickly, the camera turns on and off fast, and faster processor is very noticeable in the overall camera experience, which also brings us to photography. I think that when these cameras go head-to-head, the clear winner in photography is the Mark III. I don't see any autofocus issues when it comes to shooting photos. Recently, my wife and I went out to shoot our Christmas cards with this camera, and we were pumped with the results. It was just her and I and a tripod using a timer, using the app and using control to just fire off the camera remote, and it is absolutely incredible. Burst mode supports like 20 frames a second in RAW. Burst mode supports like 20 frames a second in RAW. Burst mode supports like 20 frames a second in RAW. There's a way to do like 30 frames a second if you do some kind of a combo mode. If you do some kind of a combo mode, compare that to 8 frames a second in the Mark II. You can see that this is the clear winner when it comes to photography. So I would say that if you want to walk around, point and shoot camera, and photos were your priority, then the Mark III absolutely knocks it out of the park. Then the Mark III absolutely knocks it out of the park. Absolutely knocks it out of the park.
absolutely knocks it out of park、ちょっと今ねカメラ多分これ30分制限があるので一回ちょっとここでねピピッとね一瞬で、撮り直します。こんな感じで。はい、では続けていきますね。よいしょ。ぼっと。
Video on point and shoot camera and photos were your priority, then the Mark III absolutely knocks it out of the park. Now when it comes to HD video,
now when it comes to HD video, now when it comes to HD video,
these cameras are pretty
these cameras are pretty much on par. These cameras are pretty much on par.
pretty much on par. Again,
frame rates on the Mark II.
frame rates on the Mark II are 24, 30, and 60.
Are 24, 30, and 60.
And Canon has said they're
And Canon has said they're gonna be
going to be adding 24.
adding 24 back to the Mark III.
Or back to the Mark III, so you will still get 24, 30.
So you'll still get 24, 30, and 60 on the Mark III.
And 60 on the Mark III. You've got the better, image quality.
You've got the better image quality
because of the new sensor. However, that and Canon has said they're going to be adding 24 back to the Mark III, so you will still get 24, 30, and 60 on the Mark III. You've got the better image quality
because of the new sensor. Because of the new sensor.
However, that autofocus performance is frustrating. Autofocus performance is frustrating. But what's new here
with the Mark III
is 4K
video. Is 4K video slow motion.
Video and slow motion.
4K video and slow motion.
You're able to
shoot up to 10-minute clips in 4K. You're able to shoot up to 10-minute clips in 4K.
To 10-minute clips in 4K, no crop on that image.
No crop on that image.
And it is amazing.
And it is amazing. And it is amazing that when you are shooting 4K, when you're shooting 4K,
when you're shooting 4K and you nail focus and
you've nail focus and you lock it all in. You lock it all in.
Lock it all in. The shots are pretty much to die for.
The shots are pretty much. The shots are pretty much to die for.
And it's crazy that they're coming.
And it's crazy. And it's crazy that they're coming out of
a point and shoot camera.
Of a point and shoot camera. Point and shoot camera at this price point. At this price point.
At this price point. However, it does have.
However, it does have overheating issues.
Overheating issues, and
we've noticed that whether you're shooting
in hotter temperatures
in hotter temperatures or temperatures, or even if you're shooting in AC, air conditioning.
Even if you're shooting in AC, at times I've ran it all.
At times I've run it all the way up to 10 minutes.
All the way up to 10 minutes when shooting in an air-conditioned environment.
When shooting in an air conditioned environment.
But there's other times
where it also overheats. Other times where it overheats.
Where it also overheats, and the same is true for slow motion.
And the same is true for slow motion. And the same is true for slow motion.
You can do 120 frames per second.
You can do 120 frames per second slow motion
slow motion in the Mark III
in the Mark III which does not have audio or autofocus
which does not have audio
which does not have in the Mark III か focus in the Mark III which does not have the or 間違えた have not have audio or autofocus ね autofocus
or autofocus and the clip is slowed down once you shoot it
and clip is slowed down once you shoot it.
But all you have to do is just lock focus.
But all you have to do is just lock focus
by half holding the
shutter.
Then hit record on
then hit the record on slow motion
and make sure you stay at a consistent focal distance
and make sure you stay at a consistent focal distance.
And you can get some very
はい、とりあえずここまでね、今来ました。ちょっと途中ですけどね、30分経ちましたんで、ここで止めたいと思います。はい、お疲れ様でした。いかがだったでしょうか。今一緒にやりましたかね。それとも見てた感じでしょうか。こんな感じでね、僕今普段ねやってます。で、最後の方、後半の方はね、今みたいにこうタイピングしてこのね、台本を打ち込んでいった感じです。そんなにね時間はかからないかなと思います。で、台本打ちながらも一応声出ししているので、常にこの30分間は声を出し続けているという感じですね。今これが僕の普段のモーニングルーティーンです。普段朝起きたらね、まず最初にやってます。朝ごはん食べる前にやってますのでね、今ちょっとこう撮影のために着替えてますけども、普通は着替えずに、そのまま布団の中でやったりすることも多いですね。っていう感じです。で、あと今見ていただいててちょっと気づいたかもしれないんですが、声出ししながらですね、できるだけこの実際のこれカメラレビューの動画なので、言ってるその動きに合わせてカメラを触るっていう動きをね、僕やってました。このショーンさん、喋ってるこのショーンさんの手の動き、ジェスチャーとかもできるだけそっくりそのまま真似して、実際にこれを操作してる動きもしながらですね、やってます。結構やっぱね、ジェスチャーも日本人は苦手なので、そういうジェスチャーも盗み取るっていう感じでですね、YouTube の場合は特に動画だからね、もう全部動きが見れますので、本当に僕の中ではショーンさんの喋り方、テンポとかリズムとか、あとジェスチャーとか、もう全部をまるっきりもうそのままコピーするような感じでやってる感じです。で、これができるようになったらおそらく、自分の言葉で喋る時なんかも、こういうふうにね、ジェスチャーをうまくつけながらちょっと欧米っぽい雰囲気で喋れるようになるんじゃないかななんてね思ってます。という感じですが、いかがだったでしょうか。あなたの英語学習のねモチベーションアップにちょっとでも役立てばいいなと思ってね今回やってみました。結構ね無編集で撮ってますんでね、結構長くなってるんじゃないかなと思うんですが、僕が普段のねモーニングルーティンの状態をお伝えしました。 これからもね、もしご要望があればね、またちょっとね、時間を置いて、自分がやっている姿っていうのをね、撮っていきたいなと思っています。で、こういう動画を一緒に見ることによって、自分だけじゃないんだなと、一緒に勉強してる仲間がいるんだなっていうのをね、感じながらやっていただけたら、ちょっとでもモチベーションのね、キープに役立つかなと思ってね、今回、コーチShinyaの方からね、ご提案いただいて作りましたんでね。はい、今こっちにいますね。横にね。はい。っていう感じでね、やっていきたいと思います。はい。では、以上です。また次回お会いしましょう。Thank you for watching. See you later. スマホやタブレットでご覧いただいている場合は、この動画の右下の逆三角形のマークを押していただくと、こんな感じで下に説明欄が出てきます。いろんな情報が載っていますので、よかったらチェックしてみてください。